So hello all and welcome. And I am the Bachelor Philosopher, also known on Alt Tech as the Realist Philosopher. So I hope you're all doing good, fine, and well. And in this video, I wanted to talk about the madness, the insanity that is modern women's unrealistic expectations, i.e. standards. So what's the definition of insanity? Continuing to do the same thing, always getting the same outcome, which isn't the one that you desire, but you continue doing it anyway, eventually expecting a different outcome, even though you've always gotten this exact same outcome. It's very interesting how modern women are a lot like modern day communists and socialists. That wasn't real communism! That wasn't real socialism! Yeah, meanwhile, every single time communism, socialism has been tried in the past 100 years, you've gotten the same outcomes. Oh, but don't you worry, eventually we're going to get a different outcome. Whoa! Well, that's women. That's modern day women. They keep doing the exact same stuff that gets them the outcomes they say they don't want, but instead of changing their behavior, they continue to believe that there's something wrong with the world, that it just hasn't changed enough yet. The world just hasn't come into alignment with my perceptions and my worldview. Because, perception is just reality, right? Reality is just perception. And if we continue deconstructing and reconstructing society, which doesn't exist, we're just a bunch of individuals at the end of the day, well, then eventually it'll come into alignment enough that I'm going to get my desired outcomes with this behavior. Even though today this behavior has brought nothing but misery, suffering, cats, and boxed wine. So let's get into this story, which is a perfect example. So 3 women who've been single for over 3 years say they're tired of being shamed for having high standards. Now, I thought that women were strong and independent, so I can't make you feel anything, and yet somehow you're feeling shame. I find this interesting, by the way, when I think about this. When you think about it, really, this is kind of the entire left's argument when it comes to, making other people do and say what they want so that they feel more safe. They being, supposed oppressed and marginalized minorities or groups that have been historically oppressed. Yeah, because disparity of some kind is evidence of oppression, presuppositional nonsense in most cases, like how women have been oppressed by men for all human history because they have different outcomes in life, by and large. Oh, yeah, it's interesting. No proof there of oppression except for the disparity. But, these chicks say that they're tired of being shamed. But is shame... So, if I present you with a fact, I can't make you feel any way about that fact, right? Like, if I tell you that, wearing that short skirt up to your butt crack, and I'm able to see the lower part of your butt crack, and you're wearing a thong, modesty might be a good idea, because that just looks horrible, and people who look at you dressed like that are going to think you're a lady of the night. Well, you got 2 choices. You can either say, I don't care. Or you're going to be like, ooh, don't shame me. Well, what's the difference between the one and the other? Well, the one chose how they felt, and it didn't bother them. They didn't care. And the other chose to be offended and to feel shame. Isn't shame a feeling? And isn't that something that women and men alike internalize? And if you choose not to feel shame, then you don't feel shame. So how can I shame you if it's not something shameful? Why would you feel shame if there's nothing wrong with what you're doing? And by the way, how can I make you feel a certain way unless I put a gun to your head? And even then, I thought you ladies are strong and empowered and control. But anyway, let's get into this story, shall we? So, professional single women often get criticized for having too high a standard. Right, because they want to be men and they tend to conflate what they want in a man with what men should want in a woman, because, everything's a social construct and it's their job through their actions, perceptions, and the way that they interact with the world to impose a new social construct, right? Because that's all the differences are, right? Male and female preferences, they're just a construct. Okay. So you're telling me women have been constructed, programmed, as it were, to prefer resources over just about anything else. Like that's their major consideration when looking at a man. I mean, oh, and height. Somebody along the way programmed them to feel that way. Oh, don't think about it too much. Don't think about it. Yeah. Okay, so, I mean, hey, it's all a construct as long as you don't think about it too much. And so men's likes, men's wants, men's desires, they've got to be the same. They really, or they should be the same because it's all just a construct. We're all just born blank slates. So, it's just for convenience's sake. Why not just, I mean, by the way, yeah, wait a second. If there's no biological deterministic basis to these things, then why does what I prefer have to be the same as what women prefer? Why choose that as the default? Anybody ever asked that? Insider spoke to 3 women who have been single for years about what they're looking for in a partner. All 3 said they would rather be single than settle for less than what they deserve. Right, because you get to decide your own value, right? You get to decide your own value. You get to decide your own worth. You get to tell yourself you're a 10, so you're a 10, and whatever you think you're worth, that's the kind of man that you deserve to get. Meanwhile, what does he want in a woman? Oh, he wants the exact same thing I want, somebody that's a high earner. See, women do this because it's easier and more convenient. Hot facts, summer is winding down, but some single folks are in no rush to find someone to hunker down with for the winter. 3 women who've been single for years told Insider they refuse to settle down if it means compromising what they want in a partner. My standards are high for good reason, Irene Kim, an Insider video producer, said. Why are they high? What's the reason? 36-year-old Brooklyn, New York-based media professional. 36 years old, and why do you have a high standard? I don't get it. I mean, notice whenever these women start talking about their high standards, they only talk about what they want in a man. They don't really talk about what a man wants in a woman. And if you really press them on the matter, they'll talk about all of their virtues, and all of them are male virtues. They're all things that women want in a man. Who asked to remain anonymous for privacy reasons, told Insiders she's been criticized by men and women alike for her standards. Well, my friends do say that I'm picky, but why listen, right? But I don't think that these are picky things because I'm specific about how I want to live. How does being specific make you not picky? Okay. That made no sense. Each single explain how they respond to criticism surrounding their unpartnered status. Seems like they just ignore it. And why they won't settle for less. Won't settle. Right. We don't have any pictures here, so we can't see these women. We can see how they talk, though, and what they value. And so that tells us what kind of person they are and whether or not they have the values, the traits, the characteristics that, by and large, men want. They want equality in a partnership. By the way, folks, equality under the law often gets conflated with equality in other areas. It also gets conflated with equity. It's to purposely create ambiguity so people are left confused and less likely to question things because of the lack of definition and specificity. I mean, what do you mean equality in a partnership? I don't know what that means. I mean, first of all the word equal means, its bare bone definition is same. So you want both parties to be treated same in a relationship. It's not a partnership, by the way. It's not supposed to be anyway. Partnerships are for business, which now marriage is. Yet another reason why not to get married. But men and women are not the same. So how could they be treated the same? How could they be the same in a relationship if they're not the same? It's not possible. They want equality in a relationship, not another person to take care of. Oh, that's what you object to. Okay, I see. Why would you have to take care of a man? I mean, we know that you're not going to settle for a dude that makes less money than you, even though those dudes have options other than 36-year-old single box wine cat ladies. Kim told Insider she's been single for a little over 5 years, aside from the occasional situationship or fling. Yeah, I think somebody's seen too many episodes of Sex and the City. Kim said she tried going on a few dates during the pandemic, one of which took place at an unfortunate dive bar near Penn Station. But she said none of them really stuck. Yeah. She said she's looking for someone who overall has a stable and ideally high earning career. Of course, of course. Yeah, but do you stop to think that those men that, right, these are all a bunch of diehard, social deconstructivist, radical individualist, feminists underneath the umbrella of intersectionality. So they believe men and women are the same. Or that there's nothing there, there are no biologically predetermined preferences or desires. There's nothing at the genetic level that influences behavior at this level to such an extent where, what you want in a partner is somehow going to be, decided at birth or before birth, obviously, because, the egg and the, sperm mix up and, you get the baby growing and, that's not something within your control. That's, no, they don't believe that. Meanwhile, they run around saying that being gay is not a choice. Now, that's biological, of course. Any degen behavior, any degenerate behavior, now that's got a biological basis. But any behavior that would be considered part of the traditional normal state of affairs that they want to destroy, deconstruct so they can build back better. Oh, no, all that, none of that is based on biology. How convenient. She said she's looking for someone, high earner like her, and can match the love, care, and luxury her friends shower her with. Your female friends or beta male orbiter male friends? Yeah, she doesn't go into detail about that. I'm sure it's a mixture. I have noticed, by the way, that a lot of high-earning broads have no problem spending money on themselves and going out and spending money on their female friends as well. But these same women won't spend a dime on a man. If they have to, that's it. He's gone. He's out of the running. So interesting. So interesting. Yeah, seems kind of productive to me. Almost as if there's some kind of biologically determined basis to that kind of behavior. Anyway, my friends literally spoil me. Are we talking about male friends? And send me flowers? It's got to be beta male orbiters, yeah. If I'm having a rough week, or they send me surprises, Kim said, I want the same kind of effort from a partner. Wow. Jeez. Yeah, you know how much I've been spoiled in my life? Zero. I mean, this chick's getting her friends what? You think they're like taking her for... pedicures during lunch break and, foot massages and all that and weekend spa dates. Wow. Boy, you live in a very privileged elitist group, honey. All right, she's a high earner. She's a high earner. Ooh, high earner. Yeah. And high earners have high earner friends and beta male orbiters if they're decent looking anyway. Although she's 36, if these are guys doing this, they must be some real thirsty simps, yo. Because I'm going to be really good to them, too. Are you, though? I don't think so. I don't know what she means by real good. I'm not going to get into detail, obviously. Like Kim, our Brooklyn-based single told insider she's looking for a partner who is goal-driven. Lots of money. And will share financial and emotional responsibility. Yeah, he'll share. Notice she doesn't say she'll share, because that's not going to happen. As a professional in the entertainment industry. So she's in an environment, she's in a setting much of the time where everybody's fake, faux, and false. Lovely. She said she's looking for a partner who's willing to split chores evenly. What if he makes a lot more than you? What if he pays all the bills? Then he should rightly expect you to take care of all the chores, right? No! Because I make lots of money too that I only spend on myself. And I put none of that toward the bills. But he should still do that because feminism says, me doing all the chores makes me a slave. But him paying all the bills, no. That don't make him a slave to me and my needs and my wants and desires. Oh, no. A standard she's received some pushback on. It would depend on how you implemented it, right? I mean, if like you're both making the same amount of money and you're both putting 50% into the household, like you're paying 50% and she's paying 50%, I could kind of see where you could come to that kind of arrangement where you each split everything 50-50. It would really depend. And of course, that kind of stuff is supposed to be worked out before you get really serious, say like moving in together. She said her father always carried this way about him where he was just like, anything your mother could do, I could do. Yeah, sounds like your dad was a simp. They'd rather be single than settle. Well, they're going to get their wish. They're saying that now because they think there's still hope. Yeah, at 36, she's thinking there's still hope, yo. I still got some eggs in deep freeze, so, fingers crossed. I still got time. Yeah, you really don't, but... Rather than settling for less than a partner, the women insider spoke to said they would rather invest their time in other fulfilling aspects of their life, distractions, you mean, like their careers, education, and friends. Education at 36? Come on. Now you're just looking to fill some kind of hole there of meaning and purpose. That's not going to be filled by education and career, yo. Chanel Ganai, a 27-year-old writer in Orlando, Florida, told Insider her mother instilled a strong sense of self-esteem, oh boy, in her at a young age. I'm imagining a very large girl. Seems like very large girls have also very large self-esteem. In her at a young age, Janai, oh boy, with that name, she almost guaranteed to be a chubby, said she's looking for a partner who has tangible life goals, money. So it doesn't matter what broads look like. They're all looking for the same dude. That's another problem. They're all looking for the same dude. There ain't many of that same dude, yo. Especially with the rarefied qualities that these chicks are looking for. Tangible life goals and will be an equal. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. An equal in what way? Notice they never define that. It's just, the same old talking points. Those standards don't always rub certain men the right way. What means that? Men that, like to know what the hell you're talking about instead of this vague, ambiguous crap. He'll be my equal. In what ways? Because I guarantee you in many ways you ain't his equal, but that's okay. But he's got to be my equal in terms of the things that, I want in a man. Right? I want money. Money! Right. And somebody who can lift more weight than me. So he's got to be superior to you in some ways, right? I wish they would define when they say has to be my equal. It's almost always has to do with money, though, right? Yeah, things that benefit them in some way. That's what they're talking about when they talk about equal. But I strongly believe that that is what's for me. What? I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. What is for you? You didn't name anything. If it was a problem for them, then we weren't meant to be in the first place. Oh, yeah. Because everything is kismet, right? Everything is fate. Right? Yeah. Well, it just wasn't meant to be. I have no control over any of that. Yeah. The Brooklyn single told Insider while she's received criticism from other women about her standards, she takes the feedback with a grain of salt. Why? Why do you take it with a grain of salt? I mean, whenever a chick say to other chicks, you go, girl, slay queen, you boss, babe, you did all the things in your life right. You don't say, I take that with a grain of salt, do you? A lot of people like to dish out advice, and they're not even happy in their own situation. Like you, it's just pretending to be happy, probably coping with copious amounts of calories stuffed in your pie hole. I don't believe in just having someone, just have someone. I want to be happy as possible. So she's already going about things the wrong way. You got to be happy before, which you're obviously not, because you're saying that you're really giving yourself away right here when you say you expect things to increase your level of happiness. They do no such thing. High standards that what keep people single, an expert said. Really? Well, this expert's wrong. Wrong! But I should listen to them because they're an expert. Argument from authority fallacy. While high standards get the brunt of the blame for keeping people single, when expert disagrees. Could you tell us this expert's name? I want to see who this expert is. Anyhow, this supposed expert named Hafiz said your baseline standards should always reflect your values. Right, but do you know what values are? The things you care about in life, not necessarily in a partner. See, this is another telltale sign. Instead of saying these are my values, women say this is what I value in a partner. The problem with that is that's not how it works, right? If you're saying this is what I value in someone else, you're saying this is what I want them to provide for me. That's the wrong attitude. Values are the things you value. And then the other person should have as many similar values, meaning they should value 80%, 90%, as many of the things that you value as possible. It's not supposed to be, I want this amount of stuff from you. That's what women think when they say something like, this is what I value in a partner. No. It's supposed to be about your values. I don't know what those are. I don't know who I am. I'm totally, completely focused on the outside world. I have no self-awareness, and that's what a woman is saying when she says, this is what I value in a partner. Desires for, it should say from a partner in order to find a successful relationship. And of course, when someone says something like that, what they're really saying is, what I want from someone else will determine whether or not the relationship is successful in regards to how much of what I want they give me. So you're just a prostitute. You can be bought and sold. That's what somebody's saying when they say this is what I value in a partner. This is what they need to, this is what I desire from them. You're basically saying you don't have any values of your own. You value only the material aspects of reality. And insofar as what a person can bring to you, that's the only reason you value them. Not because they share values that you possess. Say, you should also ask yourself how you would like to feel with someone. Not annoyed. I mean, you ladies out there don't get it. We men are easy. You don't annoy us, and you're not, like, overweight. Yeah, we come home, we have peace. It's not roaches running around. We don't have, ants building an anthill in the middle of the living room. There's not cat and dog feces everywhere. You keep the house relatively clean. If that's what we agreed upon when we got together, and I'm making the lion's share of the money, and I have peace, men are, we're pretty easy. If you want to feel respected, if you want to feel respected, you got to be deserving of respect, okay? Respect isn't given. This is yet another reflection of how entitled women are. If you are talking to a woman and she says something like, I deserve respect, or I want to feel respected, that's a huge red flag, because respect is supposed to be earned. And somebody who thinks they should just get something automatically has a very entitled mindset. And that's not somebody you want to be with, because they don't understand that they're supposed to earn respect. If they don't understand that, it also means they don't possess any qualities, any traits that would be deserving of respect, i.e. make them able to earn it in the first place. That's why that's a huge red flag, and you should run. And appreciate it. Well, people appreciate something that brings them, something that they desire, true, but not necessarily things, right? Try and find someone who makes you feel that way. Feel what way? Appreciated and respected? And what do you need to bring to the table, ladies, to go about being respected and appreciated? Well, I just need to have a pulse and be female and have a gash between my legs. Aha! Meanwhile, men have all of these preconditions, and women have these huge, gigantic lists of things that men have to bring to the table before they will be appreciated and respected. Interesting how that works. The total, complete lack of self-awareness that women have. And this cognitive dissonance going on, that they don't see the internal inconsistencies and these contradictions. I don't need to bring anything to the table except a pulse and a gash. Not even a thin body or peace. The things that men want. But for me to respect and appreciate him, whoa, you want to check out my list? Yeah. Make sure you also know what you don't want. Well, women definitely know that pretty well, right? But again, it's only in regards to material things. I don't want a scrub, right? He got to make bank. I don't want a poor man. Yeah. They know that pretty well, don't they? Yeah. Know what behaviors and traits you are not interested in. Yeah, they got a laundry list of those, don't they? And if you spot them in someone, you may want to move on and find someone else. So, yeah, what a wonderful article. So there you go. Nothing's changed. Women are not changing. This idea that if you continue to withhold your resources from the woman, that they're going to change, while big daddy government and media and academia and even private corporations are rewarding them for adhering to their wokey woke intersectional feminist ideology. Well, you're kidding yourself. They're not going to change, which is fine. They will die alone and miserable, and that's fine too. We men are much more adaptable and able to deal with change and being alone than women are, because the majority of men throughout the history of humanity have not had kids, have not partnered up, so we have an advantage. We have evolved, biologically determined. We are able to deal with being alone better than the woman, the majority of who have actually partnered up and had kids and had resources provided for them. So now that all that's been snatched away by their own hands and their misguided efforts for an equality that is impossible, they're miserable. Boo-diddly-oo. And they're going to be even more miserable because they're not going to settle. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Is this going to change? Is us walking away from the woman going to actually change how they act? Or are they just going to continue said behavior and become even more miserable and just keep blaming men? Until everything falls apart, that is. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. On YouTube, I am the Bachelor Philosopher. Well, just Bachelor Philosopher, no the. Bachelor Philosopher. On Alt Tech, I am the Realist Philosopher. You will see my Alt Tech websites. You'll see my Alt Tech platforms at the top of the page. You'll see my social media at the bottom. Also, if you come across any stories that you think I would enjoy commenting on, you can email them to me. You'll see my email at the bottom of the screen. And on that note, I am out of here. I am the Bachelor Philosopher, and I wish you all a good and pleasant day. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Take care.